What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fiending Over Video Games podcast. I am your host, Jacob Caldwell, aka Precursor Jake on YouTube and Kick. As always, I am joined by Alonzo, aka So Gaming TV on Kick, Twitch, and TikTok. Today we have quite a bit of news. We're going to be talking about, obviously, Helldivers because their player count numbers have been skyrocketing over the past week. We also finally got solid information about the Xbox games coming to other consoles. There was also a gameplay trailer for the new Elden Ring DLC, which is pretty big. And then the new Pokemon game was announced. I know we don't normally talk about Nintendo games, but I'm pretty excited about the new Pokemon game, so I did want to talk about that. So first, I guess we'll talk about the 4 Xbox games that are coming to other consoles. So when Microsoft had their little podcast or whatever talking about how they're going to bring games over to other consoles, they did not say which games they were going to. So everybody was throwing out speculations. It looked like the rumors of what those games were going to be actually were true. So it is going to be it's two single player games and then like 2 live service games. The 2 single player games was going to be Hi-Fi Rush and Pentiment, which Pentiment is already out. So if you have like a PlayStation 5, I think it's even on Switch, you can buy it and play it now. I know that Hi-Fi Rush is coming to both PlayStation 5 and Switch, and that'll be out in August. And then the 2 live service games was obviously what everybody said: Sea of Thieves and Grounded. Excuse me. Grounded is it says it's not coming to, or it doesn't say it's not coming, but it didn't say anything about it coming to PlayStation 5. It just said for sure it's coming to Nintendo Switch, but I feel like it will though. But other than that, we also got Sea of Thieves, which will be coming to PlayStation 5. So have you played any of these games at all?
Yeah, bro. No, I haven't played none of these games,
You
bro.
haven't played anything?
Nah, I haven't. I don't even High-Fi Rush, Pentiment, Sea of Thieves. I've watched people play Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves actually, if at any game I would play, Sea of Thieves probably like something I would play more just because I want to just blow everybody's ship up. But but other than that, I haven't really dug into playing any of those games now.
Well, the good news is, well, at least for Sea of Thieves, because that seems to be the one that you're more interested in. The good news is when Sea of Thieves does release on other platforms, they did say that it would be cross-platform. So when it launches on PlayStation 5, we can check it out if you want together.
What you're saying is I can blow your ship up. Is what you're saying?
Um, I guess. I mean, unless you just want to. Usually when you play with someone on there, you just, uh, do like get in a group together. But
Okay, gotcha.
yeah, it's like if we were to play against each other, we'd have to like
Mhm.
just happen to be in the same server.
So like a
But
co-op kind of thing, more like that, right?
yes, because
Nah, okay, gotcha.
the only way you can invite somebody to your server is if you're playing co-op with them.
Gotcha.
Um, but it is a I when it first came out, I actually played it. They've updated a lot, like a crazy amount. So there's way more content available in the game now. But when it
Mhm.
first came out, it was kind of bare bones.
Gotcha.
So I kind of fell off of it, but it is actually pretty fun. Like it doesn't hold your hand at all. Like you have to figure out what you have to do in the game, and
Mhm.
and it's a big open world, and even the like ship sailing, the ship sailing is
Mhm.
probably the best part of the game because like I said, it doesn't hold your hand. You don't have a map marker or nothing. Like you have to actually like put your sails down manually, and then you have to like look on your map where you're going and use a compass. And like it's just like it doesn't give you a map or like a what's it called, a marker or anything like that. So you
Hmm.
basically have to use the map that's on like on your captain's table
Mm.
and like a handheld compass to get around. It's pretty crazy.
See, I don't mind games like that, but then it get to a point where I'm like trying to figure out what to do and then get frustrated. So yeah, those games, my patience gets thin sometimes when they're like, bro, what do I do? Like, I'm like, what to like where to go or what task to do next. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
But at the same time, like the reason why I enjoyed it was because I felt like it was really immersive.
yeah,
Like it really makes you feel like you're like sailing a ship in the middle of nowhere and you don't
yeah,
know what the fuck you're doing.
facts.
Um, and I also did play Grounded when it came out. I actually had quite a bit of fun with it when it first came out. I believe they updated it quite a bit since it came out
Hmm.
as well. But I never went back to that game. Um, just because like it's a survival game, and I feel like if you've played one survival game, you've played them all basically. It's just like
Yeah.
it's just like a different skin on it.
Hmm.
Um, but it is pretty cool. It's kind of like a Honey I Shrunk the Kids survival game. It's pretty fun. Um, but yeah, those are the games coming to other platforms. Um, I'm not like too like up in arms about it. It's none of their like
What?
yeah,
What?
it's
No way
nothing
you're not
crazy.
excited. No crazy game that they're gonna just let go to PlayStation. Oh boy, like they won't let nothing crazy go over there, bro. Come on, man.
Like
Nah. If it was
no
if it was
Halos.
it was like Halo, I'm like, oh no, they tripping, bro. Nah, they smoking. Nah, don't be doing that, bro. They tripping. Don't. And if I see something crazy like that, yeah, it's over with. Xbox done lost. It's over with. Ain't no coming back from that, bro.
But hey, maybe they're just doing this to test the waters, and if it works
They
out,
and nah, don't even try to get no battle started like that. They better not.
I'm trying to see Master Chief with a PS5 logo on him.
That'd be so like, oh my god, I don't even want to think about it.
Or what's that other game? Starfield that everybody's tripping about Starfield. You know what? I
Man,
honestly 100% believe that Starfield will come to PlayStation 5 because that game like so many people that game did crazy numbers when it came out. And it was
yeah,
and like there's a whole fan base on PS5 that they could tap into. They could sell a lot more of that game if they did that. I feel like
yeah, it's
it's like
possible.
I don't know. I feel like it's the only like logical since they're doing this shit anyways. Like might as well make some money.
I mean, could. I mean, it's possible. Like I said, as long as Halo don't go, I'm okay. When I start seeing stuff like Halo or like Forza or anything that's like Xbox like built around, yes, go ahead. All right, go ahead and close the curtains, bro. They ain't coming back. Yeah, it's over
If that
with.
happens, you're gonna have to get a PlayStation 5.
Pretty much, I might as well. What's the point of having an Xbox at that point? That'd be the day I join the dark side. I ain't trying to do
You over here breathing all heavy like Darth Vader.
that.
But I mean, you got PC though. Like, you can play anything on
Yeah,
that.
pretty much.
And you've been switching over to PC anyways, right?
Yeah, I'm about to. Me and my buddy about to play. What you call it this Friday? Why can I not think of this game every time I think I want to talk about? I cannot think of it. It's the orange outfit game. What's that called?
Orange outfit.
The little orange outfits.
Lethal Company? Is that what
Yes.
it is? Lethal Company?
Yeah, I'm playing Lethal Company this Friday. Yeah.
Oh, with beef? Beef?
Me, Beeve. I'm trying to get some other people in there because it's gonna be. I want to have a full team. So hopefully we get some more people in there. We'll see.
Bruh, where's my invite at?
You can come too. Sure. You be busy. You be busy. You in high
Alright.
demand. You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
You famous in these streets. I don't know what you be
Right.
doing, man. You can come through
You
too.
right.
Shoot, I don't care.
Yeah, we'll check it out and see what it's about. But yeah, so for Xbox games, nobody's crazy up in arms about it. But I'm just waiting until they announce that big shit coming over, and then we'll hear all the backlash then. But
Oh yeah, for sure. Be backlash. That's for sure.
but in other news, we had a big game came out this month, Helldivers 2. Ever since it released, it's been climbing the charts in player count via Steam at least. Um, I don't think we got the actual numbers for PlayStation 5, but on Steam, um, the all-time peak of this game on Steam is 458,000, um, a little more than that. So it's been going pretty crazy. Um, right now, it has 266,389 players playing it at this very moment. So pretty good numbers for a live service game. Like I said, that's just Steam numbers, so who knows what it's like on PlayStation 5, where it was originally made for. I did buy the game and play it. It's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see. I haven't played it a super ton, so I don't think I get the full grasp of it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Where people are like saying they're obsessed with it. Like I'm not on that level, at least yet.
Yeah,
But I do see how it could be like an entertaining and fun loop of a game. The gunplay is smooth, and character movement is smooth. Like the graphics are beautiful. Like I can definitely see the appeal. I need to sink some more hours into it before I make a complete full 100% judgment on it. But I'm enjoying it so far. That's for sure. And all the stuff that people were saying about it, like they don't charge a bunch for microtransactions or battle passes. I did look into that. It is pretty cheap as far as like microtransactions and stuff like that. So that's pretty. That's like
that's pretty good then.
yeah. It's kind of like a breath of fresh air in this industry because people be charging ridiculous shit.
They try to get that dollar out of you.
Yeah, like they had like the whole shop. Like they had a shop the other day,
hmm
uh, and like the whole shop you could buy everything in their shop for like $10.
mm.
So it's like I said, it's cheap, and that was like two new armor pieces and two helmets.
Dang.
Yeah, so and then they have a whole battle pass too that you can unlock stuff. So it's pretty good game. It is on PC too, so if you ever feel like you want to play, I do have it, so we can play that too.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a game that appeals to you or not.
I mean, it definitely looked cool. I've seen my friends play it, so I mean, it kind of got. I mean, with the third person view, it kind of remind me of Destiny. So it
Yeah,
definitely got like not like gameplay wise, but like just the way it is. You know what I mean? So it's cool.
yes, we gotta definitely check that out. Um, we got a Elden Ring DLC trailer. So Elden Ring was huge when it came out. It came out in 2022 February actually this month, in 2022. Huge game came out. People were obsessed with it. It did sold a lot. People talked about it for months. People still play it. Um, their first DLC is coming out in June of this year, which is kind of crazy to me because nothing releases in the summer. I feel like, and they're just dropping it in the summer. But anyways, it looks good. And Zoe, your mic is not working.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, my
All
bad.
right,
My
you're
bad.
back. But yeah, well, where was that? So Shadow of the Erdtree is what it's called. They showed some gameplay footage. It looks nuts. So this is not going to be just like a DLC. It's actually going to be like a full-blown expansion for the game with a new map and everything. And the footage that they shown was crazy. Like it looks so good. Um, the I don't want to say monster. The enemy and design, like the enemy designs in the game, they look crazy. Like they always do the most with their character and enemy designs. It looks really good. The art looks good. Graphics look good. Um, can't wait to try it out. I like no life this game when it first came out, so I'm excited to play it. What do you think about
I
Elden Ring?
looks I think it look cool. It's nothing like crazy that I would like. If I didn't have friends to play with, I wouldn't play it. Like if like when like something to like be cool, like play my like buddies with. But it definitely based on like what I'm like from what I've watched and seen like my friends play. It definitely seemed like a game that'd be fun to play with friends. But other than that, it just I don't know. It's something different than what I usually play, of course, because all I play is Apex and 2K for the most part. But other than that, uh, it seemed cool though. It's just like different, like because it seemed like you're going to like different planets. Is what it looks like from what I've seen my friend play. Does that sound? Does that sound like you're on like different planets, just shooting different like big ass like bugs and insects and stuff, or what?
Oh no, that's Helldivers. We're talking about Elden Ring.
Oh, I didn't hear you say Elden Ring. Okay, for Elden Ring, I'd like to watch Elden Ring. I don't know if I
Yeah.
would play Elden Ring because
You haven't
Elden
watched me
Ring
play it?
has like it has its own little niche to it. You know what I mean? Like you have to be like how can I say? You just have to have a feel for the game. You know what I mean? Like Elden Ring is cool. It's like a nice game. Like I would watch him play. Like I got a buddy of mine. Like that boy is a diehard Elden Ring. He was like max like whatever level you could be at. He was just play it every single day, and I would watch him play it. But I would get on there and I would just look like I have no idea what I'm doing. So I mean, with the DLC, definitely, I mean, definitely something to bring a fresh air to the game because I haven't heard nobody talk about Elden Ring in like so long. So that'd be a breath of fresh air to see like having something new to it.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, pretty fun. Can't wait to try it out. Um, yeah, we'll see what happens when it releases in June. And let's see.
I'm surprised they brought it out so early though because it's like in June. Like you're talking about 4 months, like almost like 3 or 4 months away.
Yeah, I
I
don't
wonder why
know.
I wonder why they keep doing that with like everything. Not even just like video, like even video games or like other stuff too. Like they're like giving you so much like information so early. Like
Yeah,
it's like,
it's
bro,
like
can we like don't give me the sauce unless I'm getting like a month later, bro.
I feel like it's like both ends of the spectrum. Like there's some games that are like they show you everything and then it's like so far from release, and then some games are the opposite. But yeah, definitely lately it's been a lot of like people showing a lot of the game when it, and then they're like, oh, it's gonna release 2 years from now or something. Like nobody wants to hear that.
And I think they're doing it on purpose so they can get people's feedback on what they want, and then they put it in the game,
Mm,
make it be like a dumb amount to pay for it, and they know they're gonna make money from it. That's how I feel like they do them like that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they want this, let's put it in there. Let's put a price on it. You
right.
know what I mean? Like, okay. And then guess somebody like me, like, oh, I really want it. Swipe, swipe. Like, okay, you got me.
Yeah, and the everybody was talking about, oh, it would be so crazy if they made this DLC free, and I'm like, it's not gonna happen. Like the
No,
game,
no.
the base game sold so much that there's no way they would give the DLC away for free. Like they know people are gonna buy it,
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
and it is a $40 purchase for the DLC. But like I said, it's gonna be a whole ass expansion, and
Yeah. Hey, it's that people gonna play it for sure. People love Elden Ring.
yeah, it's a really fun game. It's better with like friends, but it's definitely
Mm-hmm.
fun. Um, and their like game design and world design is so crazy because like you'll be walking through an area in a game and then like you'll leave and then you'll come back and then you'll be walking through the same area and you'll see like something off the beaten path that you didn't notice before, and it's like a whole different thing that you get sucked into. It's just it's nuts, man. And
Yeah.
they have so many different enemy types. Like it's
They
always something
do.
new.
Even the weapons is kind of dope in that game. I don't know how to use them, but it's like I said, watching and seeing my friend play, like using the different abilities. I don't know if do they have abilities in Elden Ring? Do they have like
Yeah,
different
they have
type of
like magic,
abilities?
like different
Yeah, he
magical.
would have like magic in one hand and like sword in the other, doing all kind of like nonsense. I'm just like, that looks sweet. I don't know if I could do that, but it definitely it looked fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, you got a lot of people uploading videos of them like one shot bosses and stuff with like magic,
Dang.
and it's crazy. Like I can never do that. Like that's you gotta
Yep.
like plan out your like character build and like
Hmm.
do all this crazy stuff, find certain weapons, and like, bro, I'm just trying to enjoy the game and figure shit out. Like I'm not trying to do all
Yeah, some
that.
grinders, boy.
But yeah, so that game will be coming out in June, which is like I said again, it's kind of weird that it's coming out in summer because we never get games in the summer. But I'm definitely excited for that because nothing else is going to come out, so you'll have time to play it. But we also got this week we got a news from Nintendo, and like I said, we don't normally cover Nintendo on the podcast. We usually stick to PlayStation 5 and Xbox, but I did want to talk about the new Pokemon game that they announced. Um, it's going to be a new Pokemon Legends game. The game that they came out with before was Pokemon Legends. Okay, people are going to be mad if I pronounce this wrong. Pokemon Legends Arceus or Arceus, one of the two. But I played the crap out of that game. Like I beat the whole game and then I continued playing it afterwards and got like all the legendary Pokemon and crap. I loved it. Um, so seeing them make a new game in that franchise is really exciting for me personally. And a lot of people were talking about that fact and the fact that um, this game there was a teaser right at the end of the trailer. They
Hmm.
showed off a symbol for Mega Evolutions, so a lot of people are excited that Mega Evolutions are coming back to Pokemon. That's going to be pretty dope, and it's basically going to be like a uh, remaster Legends throwback. So basically, the last Legends game was like a remake of an old Pokemon game that they made. Uh, they made it look like it was in the past instead of
Hmm.
you know the way it looked when it initially came out. So this is based like that, but they're doing X and Y, Pokemon X and Y that they released before. They're doing that, but
Hmm.
making it look like it comes from the past, which is pretty dope.
Okay.
I don't know how you feel about Pokemon, but I'm super excited about this one.
I think it'd be cool. I mean, I'm not like I'm not a
I
big
say,
Pokemon
yeah,
fan, but I like to see people engage in like knowing like there's a big community of Pokemon people. Like they really people like are die like will die hard for Pokemon. So it's like I'm not into Pokemon like that, but I like to go to events just to kind of see people be excited for. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's definitely got a diehard community. They'll somebody will fight you over saying something about Pokemon. So.
Controversial sentence right here. Zoe prefers Power World over Pokemon.
I mean, just because I'm not, I mean, Power World cool. I do like Power World, but I mean, if Pokemon would have came out with Power World first, it'd be lit. It'd be even way better what it is now. But that's a whole nother conversation, bro. I ain't trying to beat nobody's head with that one.
Yeah, so this new game is going to be called Pokemon Legends ZA, which kind of fits the style of the games that they're basing it off of because they're called X and Y, so they're calling it Pokemon Legends ZA. Um, I assume they're probably going to give us probably sprinkled in a few new Pokemon in there. So it did say it was going to launch in 2025, and they didn't show any gameplay. It was just like a teaser trailer. So
Dang.
my theory is that the reason why is because they want to wait until Nintendo announces the second Switch, which is rumored to come out in 2025, and I think it's going to be on that console, and it's gonna hopefully look better than the last game, because the last game looked like trash. But it's running on crappy hardware, so you can't blame it for that. But that's my theory. We'll see what happens. 2025, another one of those games that's probably teasing it a little bit too early.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like we got a whole year, bruh. It's so crazy, man.
Speaking of teasing stuff early, it's kind of unrelated, but before we started the podcast, I actually saw a news story saying that Grand Theft Auto is wrapping up development and going to be releasing in 2025. So,
I mean, speaking of GTA, so listen. I don't like talking about because I could go on about my friend told me about that they might have where you can play basketball against your friends.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So listen. So we, you know how my streams be, you know, maybe we go 2K, it get pretty crazy. People getting dropped off, they talking smack like it's going down, right? So we was like, so you know in GTA, you know they can shoot people, do all that kind of, you know,
right,
up the strap, you know, jump. So I'm like, so imagine like you playing against your friend. He's like, yeah, man, get off the court, you whack, blah blah blah. Somebody just like, you know what? I like this light starts like, bro, it can go down, bro. Like, and I already know who gonna do something stupid like that. I can't even gonna lie. If my friend Ninja do that and he doing some post scoring cheese, and I'm up at it too. It is what it is, bro. But like that's what I was thinking. Like if it go down like that, bro, ain't nobody surviving on playing some basketball in there. But if it do, that'd be kind of funny, but fun at the same time. So we'll see how it go, bro.
I don't know. I kind of feel like if they do, if that rumor is true and they do bring like a little basketball mini game to Grand Theft Auto, I feel like you probably go into like cutscene or something weird like that, and it'll put you into the mini game, and you won't be able to use your guns or anything, because if people actually did that, like no one would probably finish a game. People would just be killing each other all the time.
But even if they did that, right, after the game, guess what?
After the game,
after the game, like it's like scene. You're like, like you dead still. It's over with. It ain't gonna matter. Like I'm saying right now, somebody as soon as that scene cut, I'm in the car and I'm hitting the gun. I'm out of there. You ain't getting me, bro.
After the game, all gloves are off. I mean, that's you know, roll up. People be like, no, Ricky.
Yeah, that'd be. As soon as I seen that room, I was like, bro, I can imagine, bro, my friends playing 2K, bro, or playing just basketball in there, and like you get and like you talking mad smack. Oh, you whack, you try, like just talking smack. Is like, this is virtual anyway. What's up, like? Right, I get just up the strap immediately, bro. Like that'd be so funny, man. I'll be cracking up.
Like, oh, you winning? Okay, just pull out the clock.
Oh man, I can't wait for GTA. Man, just can't.
That's everybody's like most anticipated.
I don't care. I care about other games, but that's the most one I'm like really like. I want to really like grind that for real. I can't wait.
I talk to people who are not even like super into video games, and they're just like, I can't wait for Grand Theft Auto to come out. Like people are literally waiting to buy consoles for GTA.
I'm telling you, bro, it's gonna be, man. That's the best time to really like push it to the gun for real. I'm telling
you. They better do something crazy. Like this game better be crazy, because people have such high expectations, and they really need to do something.
My must if they going for a 10 out of 10, I'm expecting a 15 out of 10. That's what I'm expecting. I want it to be top. I want to be satisfied to the top T. Like I don't want. Of course, it's gonna be probably like server glitches in the beginning because everybody try to get on it. But other than that, it should have no issues, bro. I had 10 years. Get it together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's really no excuse. I mean,
at all.
And it is Rockstar. I mean, all their games are quality, so I'm not like super worried. Maybe a little bit, but I'm not like super worried.
Yeah.
I'm just worried that people's expectations might get a little crazy, and then
Hey, it is what it is. That's what I say.
but yeah, that's another game that probably announced it a little too soon before their planned release date. But I'm really looking forward to their next trailer. Like, I'm really
Yeah.
serious. Like, you and I gotta watch it together when it comes out. Like,
Yeah, make sure you know these songs because they might release it earlier than what they said they
I
was, like they
know.
did last time.
Well, that wasn't their fault. They got leaked, so they had to.
Oh yeah, that was true. Yeah, true. They got leaked.
Fucking leakers. But anyways, um, but yeah. So that Pokemon game coming out in 2025. So you got Pokemon and Grand Theft Auto. Hopefully, Pokemon can find a release date in that year that's a little further from Grand Theft Auto. Otherwise, they're not going to sell.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I don't know because Grand Theft or Pokemon and Grand Theft Auto, like those are two entirely different beasts, and Pokemon has their fan base already. I don't think they have anything to worry about really.
Yeah.
But anyways, we also got in like smaller news, we also got a for those of you who uh, did not know, haven't heard, we got a remaster for the original Battlefront games. I believe it's just 1 and 2, but they got came out the remaster for the original Battle Star Wars Battlefronts. And a lot of people are speculating the reason that they did this is because they wanted to kind of look at the older games because of how successful they were and kind of like tap into how they were made, what the mechanics were, how the game flow was, because people are rumoring that they're trying to implement these same ideals and mechanics and all that for a new
Hmm.
Star Wars Battlefront game, which would be crazy because um, Star Wars Battlefront 2 that came out. I mean, it's been years now. I couldn't even tell you what year it came out, but it kind of came out to bad reception because of all the microtransactions in it. But it did in time um, get a lot better. They took out the microtransactions because of the feedback, and it got a lot better. So it is a good game now, but you know, unless you're a diehard Star Wars fan, you're not playing that game anymore.
Yeah, true.
So hopefully the new one they can learn from these remasters and learn from what they did with Battlefront 2 with the microtransactions, and the third one will be a lot better because they're fun games. They're really really fun, and they just get the last one just got weighed down by poor business decisions. But I feel like that's like a theme in the industry. I feel like we're always talking about that type of shit. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what what a Battlefront 3 could look like. Um, High hopes for that. But in the meantime, you can get these original Battlefront games remastered and have fun with those. They are going to support online play, and I believe they're also going to be cross plat. So that'll be really fun. Jump into some old Battlefront online. That'd be pretty dope. It's kind of cool how they like take old games and then remaster them and then like turn the servers back on for them and stuff so people can
Yeah.
still play them. Like I feel like that's pretty sweet. Like keeping old games alive. I'm all for preservation. But yeah, so that's a thing. And then we got news recently of the PlayStation actually shut down. I believe I don't know if I don't think they shut down anything, but they um, had a huge round of layoffs. It was about 900 staff that were affected with the layoffs, or about 8% of its total workforce, which is kind of crazy. Um, the studios affected were Insomniac, Naughty Dog, Gorilla, Fire Sprite, and then I guess their London studio. Um,
Yeah, that London one, yeah.
and that's that sucks. That really really sucks because I just wonder like what happened because Insomniac, Naughty Dog, and Guerrilla Games at least they make huge like heavy hitters for the PlayStation console. And they I feel like when they make games for the PlayStation, they never miss. Cuz if
Not
you
really.
Yeah, cuz if you look at it, Insomniac made Spider-Man 1 and 2 and um Miles Morales. Naughty Dog made the Uncharted games and The Last of Us, and Guerrilla Games made oh, I can't think of it now. The with that chick in it.
Um, not Tomb Raider.
No, they made I cannot think of it. Hold on.
She got a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Horizon.
Yeah, Horizon. Yeah, Horizon. I got a brain fart. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's the Dawn of something, the Dawn of Summer, whatever it's called. Yeah.
So they had so they made Horizon Zero Dawn. That was the first one, and then the other one was Horizon Forbidden West. And all of those games combined from every single one of those studios were huge sellers, huge bangers for PlayStation. So them laying off staff from these three studios is like, what the fuck is going on? Because
Maybe it's a
what's
sign that you're going over to the good side of Xbox, man. You just never know.
yeah, like no, that's definitely not. That's definitely not the case. I know you wish that, but no. It's just like I don't like if they're doing so well, why lay off staff? Like I don't get it. And like not to mention all the people affected by it, like
Yeah, 900 people's lives.
yeah, that they just are out of a job
They
now.
said it was 8%
Hmm.
of its global workforce. Like that's a big number in a big company like that. Because you think 8%, oh, not that much in a big company. That's a lot of people, bro.
Yeah, and like it was so crazy to see like on like Twitter, people from the layoffs were actually replying to like the news stories that were posted on Twitter, and were like talking about how blindsided they were from it and how crushed they were by it. Like seeing the actual responses from the actual employees that are being laid off was just like just made it even more real. Like it's just messed up. Like
Yeah.
these companies, they just like use you, and then when they're done they just basically throw you away.
Yeah, you a little washcloth, man. They wipe you down when they done with shit, throw you in the garbage. That's like any other company, man. People don't care about you like that. You're literally a number, bro. Unless you know somebody that knows somebody, bro. You can get replaced tomorrow.
I just feel like I feel like out of every industry, I feel like the gaming community, or not community, but the gaming industry suffers the biggest amount of layoffs. And like it's just how like crazy the industry has gotten because every if you think about it, so every game that's being developed, it takes years to develop the game, and it takes most of the time it takes millions of dollars to make. And if that game takes years to make, millions of dollars to make, and it comes out and it flops, then they lost all that money. And like it's just like writing on the
Well,
wall.
you're literally writing on the wall, depending on people to like your game, not
Hmm.
people to like how hard you put how much effort and hard work you put into it. Because they're not going to the people who are buying the game not going to care how much work you put into it. They're going to do based off, is this a good game or not? And you could think it's great, but you're pushing out to an audience that may think it's whack, and then now you're just like, what do we do now? You can't just keep flopping games. It ain't gonna go nowhere. So eventually, the last case would be is to say bye bye. Like that's just how. But I mean, at the same time, if you work in the industry, you have to understand or even know that this is a possible chance that could happen. No matter how much work you put into that, it's a risk you're willing to take
Yeah,
because
and
it could suck. But if it's good, you know what I'm saying, you eating, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's just it's a risk you taking. And that's
But
just life, you know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
if you want to take it, like, if you want to use that theory, I mean, these people, like I said, these um, studios that suffered the layoffs, they make good games. They make games that sell. So do the
And that's
games.
true. That's why that's like mind blowing to me to see the great companies like that like fire people. Like what is their angle? Like why like the why is a big like not you know, like it's just random. Like why? Like why would y'all fire so many people when y'all doing so well?
Yeah,
I don't
it's just like it's just it's such a like a the industry is such like, oh, you got to make this much money, and if you don't make this much money the next year, then you're done. Or if we're going to spend this much money on it, and if it doesn't do this amount of sales, then you're done. Like, it's just,
know.
I feel like the real issue is just the higher ups that just, they just care about
They
their,
greed. They
yeah.
greed for that money, man. Because it's like my thing is this too. Is like let's say you got your gaming company, right? We the first year out we doing 100 million. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we doing good. Now the higher ups like, oh, you're great. We did 100 million. Let's do 200 million next year. Like what? We just did 100 mil. 100 M's. And you want me to go and double it again? I just bust my tail.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get 120 next year? Like
Right.
the more money you make, the more they want to see. They want to keep pulling at straws and making it to the last drop. And if you don't bring it in, then they want to fire you. Like, bro, you brought so much to the company. Now I'm not bringing as much. You want to backlash. I mean, that's not fair to the developer nor to the person who's working. Busting their tail for that. It's greed to grab more money, even though your company is doing really well. If you're grabbing $100 million, your company's doing really well. Don't You should be satisfied, not satisfied, but you should always want to grow and progress. But if you're making $100 million
Yeah.
and you don't double that, you should fire people. Try to find other ways. You're working with 100 mil. You should be good. Like don't it's just
These,
greed, bro.
yeah,
It's greed for that money, man.
these top dogs, they don't care about nothing like that.
At all. It's all
Unfortunately,
it's all about the numbers, bro. That's it. That's it.
unfortunately, when they make one penny less than they did last year, the first thing they
Mhm.
look towards when they need to cut costs is staff. So,
The employee, yep. Every time. And me and you both know that.
right. Yeah, that's true. But I don't know, man. Like, it's just so crazy to me. And this is, like I said, this is why we see so many games come out and they're like forced. They're forced, like, live service games. They're forced with microtransactions. This is not the developer's choice. It's the company's choice, the
hmm
higher ups choice that want to put this stuff in the game because they want to make as much money from a game as they possibly can.
And I'm pretty sure some of them even have deadlines whether the game is done or not, and they push the game out. It's not even done.
Yep. They
And
have,
then they flop regardless.
yeah. Yep, that's another thing. Like, these higher ups, they make unrealistic deadlines for these studios that, and when it's time to release, it's time to release, and if it don't if it don't do good, then it's your ass getting fired. That's so
That's
crazy to
some
me.
man on the line, bro. You SOL. That's it.
But I mean, I feel like I could talk about this all night because
Yeah,
it's definitely a sensitive subject, and it's unfortunate to see this happen, especially to these studios that are actually like really good studios. Um,
yeah.
but hopefully this doesn't affect any upcoming games, which I feel like people are saying that it might. Uh, there might be some canceled games that occur because of these layoffs. Because if you think about it, people that are working on the games got fired, so they got to scrap the game. So we'll see what happens.
That's true.
Um, the smaller company uh, that suffered some layoffs was Fire Sprite, and PlayStation acquired them not too long ago, and their like main thing. Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. Oh, my bad. Not Fire Sprite. I messed that up. The London studio. Um, their London studio was the one that created VR games for them,
Mm-hmm.
and layoffs hit that studio as well, which kind of makes sense to me because their PlayStation VR system that they came out with kind of
Mm-hmm.
bombed. So they're like, well, why are we putting all this money into the studio to make VR games if our, VR headset is trash and nobody buys it? So I
Yeah.
guess I see that, but yeah, there's a couple games canceled. PlayStation 5 game set in a modern fantasy London is canceled. Uh, that London studio is working on. Fire Sprite, the other studio that suffered layoffs, was working on a narrative game, but it says the status of that game is unknown. But the other three big studios are always working on big games,
Yeah.
and we'll just see. We'll just have to see. Hopefully, they can still pull these big games out their asses, with this big hit to their staffing. But so unfortunate to see. So yeah, that was definitely a thing that happened. Unfortunately, in the industry, you hate to see it, but um, in other news, we also are going to be receiving a new season of Fortnite, and that'll be coming out sometime in early March. Um, there was a bunch of rumors with the new update that it was going to be Greek mythology themed, and we actually just got verification of that because they put some Greek mythology quests in the game that you can partake in to kind of prep you, get you prepared for the new season. Um, they're called Odyssey quests, which is a dead giveaway, and they got a new NPC on the map that you can speak to. That's kind of Greek mythology themed. But people are saying that the new battle pass is going to be like each skin that you unlock. Each skin is going to be a different Greek god, uh, like like Fortnite's version of it, which I think is pretty sweet. I love Greek mythology, and if they do that, that'll be a pretty lit battle pass. I don't know how you feel about Greek mythology.
It's cool. I'm definitely read about it. But I guess it's just. I mean, it's Fortnite. They always bring epic seasons, so it'd definitely be a change of pace and what they've done before with other combinations. But it'd be cool to see some Greek in there, Greek mythology for sure. Um, so I mean, I'm starting to play more Fortnite a little bit here and there, so I'm definitely be trying to get that battle pass level up because that's the only thing too. It's just I can't buy every battle pass, bro. I just can't do it. It's too many of them, bro. I can't afford it, bro. It's too
Oh yeah,
much.
because they always come out with them small battle passes, like
Yeah, like
mid-season battle passes.
yeah, like bro, I can't keep buying all this, bro. People got bills to pay, dog. Like it's sweet and all. Like I'm somewhere on. I didn't even buy the battle pass for 2K this season. I'm like I'm gonna just get whatever's regular. I'm getting regular. It is what it is. I don't care. So it's just like it'll be cool. I hope. I mean, it's just my thing is I be paying for them emotes, bro. Like it'd be so many fun emotes to use in that
Bro,
game,
you
bro.
don't ever play Fortnite, but you got all the
I
emotes.
got that's what, I literally log on, see emotes I like, buy them, and get off. So when I do play Fortnite, I got have fun and have emote parties. You know what I mean? Like
That's
it's
crazy.
crazy. That's literally all I get on there for. But we'll see what happens. This is that it'll definitely be fun for the Greek mythology season coming up. I think you said about March 8th, March 7th, somewhere around there. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, personally, like one of my favorite game franchises is Assassin's Creed, and I loved Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which was Greek
Yeah,
mythology
I like
based.
Assassin's Creed too, but Assassin's Creed, bro, that storyline be so long.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like I could be there for like 4 hours, and I'm gonna be like 2% to the game, bro. 2%? I've been on this for 4 hours, bruh. You're like, you know what? I ain't playing this again. Go take this on up out of here. Uninstall. I can't do it. Bro. That's way too long. But I'm not. It's like I'm not mad that it's long, but it's just like I'm so used to not having a long story. I'm so used to like games now don't have a huge story behind. You know what I mean? It's just like a normal like couple hour stories, and then you done, and then you go play multiplayer and beat everybody up. So I'm not used to that. Back in the day when we used to have like long stories. So it's still fresh to have it like Assassin's Creed stuff like that. So I'm just spoiled by the new no stories.
Yeah, I well, I just think that like Greek mythology is really interesting, and
It is for
I
sure.
like all the characters and the gods and all that, and I I'm super excited for this battle pass. I think because if they're gonna go the way of like putting battle pass skin is gonna be like a Greek god, I think that's gonna be dope. Like especially like knowing what I know about Greek
hmm
mythology and seeing how Fortnite is gonna put their own spin to each god and
Who's
how
your
they're gonna
who's
do
your
it.
who's your favorite god in Greek mythology?
Um, it's a good question. I don't know. Maybe I would say either I don't know. It's probably a toss up between Zeus and
I
Poseidon.
said I know you're gonna say Zeus. Who else?
Zeus is the big man in charge,
No,
you
I
know.
know, I know, I know. I was supposed to see you say him. You said who else?
Uh, Poseidon. I like him too.
Poseidon. Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
But like I said, like we have these own ideas in our heads that from media that we've seen before of what these gods look like, but Fortnite is gonna have their own spin on it. So I'm really interested to
Oh
see what they're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
look like.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
But that I might be going crazy in this next season. Like, and I didn't feel like I didn't even go crazy this season, and I still made it to over 200. So level 200. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm really excited for it, and it's 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 gonna be potential. It's gonna have potential to be one of my favorite not battle pass, but seasons. So we'll have to take a look and see. Um, the last news story for this week is we got more PlayStation 5 Pro rumors. People are continuing to talk about a PS5 Pro releasing this year. Um, People are saying that it just makes sense because the PlayStation 6 is on the horizon within the next maybe couple of years or so.
hmm
So having a pro version come out for the PlayStation 5 is just makes sense because that's what they've done in all their previous generations as far as um, like for instance PlayStation 4 Pro they did that. Um, and there's been so they said that um, there was part of the legal documents that they had to share with the court case between Microsoft and the FTC over the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. um, Microsoft was saying that they didn't expect PlayStation to have a next generation console
hmm
until 2028.
Dang.
So I mean, if you look at where we are now, we're pretty much halfway there. We're halfway to that next console, and usually they do a mid-generation refresh of our consoles to make them a little better.
hmm
So we're kind of right around in that area when we could expect an upgrade, better revision for our consoles, which Xbox already said they're doing. They already announced that they're doing new hardware.
Yeah, they said a major leap. That's what they said. I'm like, okay, that's so detailed.
Yeah,
So
so
we'll see.
if they're planning it, I don't see why PlayStation wouldn't be right behind them.
They definitely are for sure.
So
If they wasn't, they are now because they heard it. They already talked
right,
about it. So if they wasn't, they are. They definitely are now for sure.
they're like, you remember that prototype we were working on? Yeah, we're gonna release
Yeah, pull it
it.
out of the bag. Go ahead and pull that out, big dog.
They said the most powerful console. All right, bet.
hmm
They're gonna be competing, but yeah, I mean, that's all the news stories for this week. I think we'll go ahead and end it there for today. Um, like I said, thank you all so much for listening or watching, depending on where you tune in. And as always, I'm your host, Jacob Caldwell. You can find me on YouTube at Precursor Jake and Kick at Precursor Jake. And I'm Alonzo. Go ahead and plug your shit.
Yep, you can find me on a Kick, Twitch, and TikTok at Zo Gaming TV. It's no longer KYT anymore. We're just TV because I just felt like KYT was just like there wasn't needed anymore. So Zo Gaming TV, uppercase, lowercase, it don't matter. But you can find me on there, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much.
All right, and we'll see you guys in the next podcast. Peace.